Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tuesday's Market SITREP or Situation Report here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and folks, it is just a stimulus world, and we're just living in it here. Doing some good work today, getting in and out of some short calls on Microsoft and Apple. Take a look at the S&P 500 today. It's hanging shockingly on every word that Nancy Pelosi says. So things aren't looking good, then things are looking good, then things aren't looking good. that's literally the market action today, is hanging on stimulus. So they had a phone call earlier, and then Nancy kicked it down the road a little bit more. She said Pelosi says she's optimistic for stimulus. Economy needs it. Duh. Pelosi says differences still remain on liability provisions. So it really is, it's laughable at this point. I mean, the president, if you believe him, is out on the campaign trail saying he's offered more than the Democrats want. So it's just, we're in three-way negotiations here. So the president's saying he's offering Nancy more. Nancy's saying we don't want anything unless it's all of it. And then you have Mitch McConnell in the background saying if it's more than $500 billion, you're not going to get it through the Senate. So it's interesting because I don't think they're listening to Mitch McConnell. It's this Nancy Mnuchin show, right? So the Secretary of the Treasury and the Speaker of the House are the only two involved in negotiations. There's this little body called the Senate. I threw the Senate at him. So I don't think this is going to happen. If it does, it's going to be, well, here's the latest rebound in the market. The latest rebound is based on her saying we have until Thursday or Friday or something like that. So it's comical at this point. Last week, the president said no stimulus deal until after the election, put his phone away and said, that's it. An hour later, he was tweeting like, okay, let's do a deal. So if you're waiting on the stimulus for the market to go up, you're going to be sadly mistaken. I think it's going to be a sell the news. This ain't a bullish chart there, folks. We might get an algorithmic pop or just a bullish, hey, we're spending like a drunken sailor pop, and then we're going to sell off. So make sure you're managing your risk appropriately and your sales are trimmed for these C conditions, because it's just not. It ain't looking good, and even if it does, Nancy Pelosi does not want stimulus checks going out in front of the election with Donald Trump's name on it. With a cover letter saying, "Hey, here's some money from Donald." This was awesome yesterday, and what's even more awesome is the fact that the liberal media really wasn't even a blip. 50 Cent. If you don't know who rapper 50 Cent is, you're clearly my age. But 50 Cent. He saw the Biden-Harris tax plan yesterday in California. He's going to be paying him, a rapper, successful African-American guy, 62% of what he makes to the state and federal government. What the F? Vote for Trump. This is a African-American rapper. I'm out. F New York, the Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. 60%. Are you out of your effing mind? Wow. Unbelievable. So this dude, and I got to be honest with you, man, there's Democrats came out with a kind of an internal memo the other day saying, hey, man, this election's a hell of a lot close than they're letting on to it, which I couldn't agree more, wherever it was. Well, whatever. It's a fact. In a lot of these battleground states, I think election night could look like 2016, with a little bit of shocked CNN anchors. It won't be Jeffrey Toobin because he's going to be busy Toobin. But we'll see, man. We'll see. These battleground states are in a dead heat, according to a lot of the reports I'm seeing. So, and of course, the fact that the liberal media is just completely ignoring. So Donald Trump gets impeached for a phone call, which he actually on the phone said, dude, I don't want a quid pro quo. I don't want anything. Just looking to see if there's any law breaking. The FBI actually had a crack addict's laptop that details payments to his father, quid pro quos, and the liberal media is ignoring it, and so is the FBI. The FBI director needs to be fired and maybe even charged. Folks, if this were you, if your dad weren't running for president, you'd be in jail. Same thing with Hillary Clinton and her emails. And if you destroyed emails that a judge subpoenaed and the BlackBerry and the hard drives, and you bleach bitted them, you'd be in jail. So there are two systems of law in this country right now, one for us and one for Democrat politicians. That's it, folks. It's a disgrace that adulterous FBI agent Strozik, who should be hung for treason, just got a job as an associate or assistant professor at Georgetown. That's what happens when you commit treason and you're a Democrat in America these days. You get a book deal, you get on CNN, or you get a professorship. That's this country, folks. It's insanity. A lot of stuff going on in the options market. Mystery trader shocks the market with giant VIX put trades. Huh? There's somebody saying, hey, out into the future, after the election, volatility is going to implode. This put spread, the unidentified investor bought 60,000 of the VIX 21 contracts that expire in February. February is usually a very, very volatile month, folks. But I think he or she or it is giving itself enough time that after a January something, there will be an inauguration in January and somebody's going to be president. This person is betting on a massive implosion in volatility. This is really interesting. A lot of stuff going on in the options market, folks. Morgan Stanley, they see a 10% correction coming in the near future, tactically, right around the election. And I could not agree more with that, especially since mom and pop retail investors are speculating their ass off right now. The put-call ratio has come essentially full circle. We've gone from people buying puts like crazy to hedge the election to people buying calls like crazy, getting bullish and paying up for them, like paying a significant premium for bullish calls. Folks, take a look at that chart and tell me if you feel bullish about that. We're like Hunter Biden's right now. We're waiting for our next shot of crack stimulus for a bounce. I think we sell the news here, folks. Quirk in options trading could lead to sharp market drawdown. Okay, fundamentals are dead. Yep. Flows are the only thing that matters today. Where's money flowing? Policymakers sought to stop a credit cycle with liquidity, so people mistake liquidity for reality. It is not. And I agree with that, the way that's written. Financial gravity suspended, but not indefinitely. Flow guru, trading wins big in short term, but not the long run. Exactly, folks. It's going to get ugly, right? Markets don't go up forever, and this is we're on a cliff here, and I got my sales are trimmed as appropriate. Hopefully, I'm out of all my Microsoft and Apple by Friday, selling some upside calls. I'm going to get paid, so somebody has the honor of sweeping those shares out of my account, and then I'm more or less got my put spreads on, and I'm going to sit here with a big bag of popcorn and watch the election. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm going to go hit the gym. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. We'll see you.